All right, man, what is going on? This is episode 4 of our record prediction series. Final AFC division here with the AFC West. This is unarguably my most controversial division. Like, you can definitely say a few things are wrong with this, or you disagree with a few things, and I definitely couldn't get mad because you could put this division basically any way you want it, and it still wouldn't be a bad prediction. So, um, we'll start out with my fourth place team here, and it's the Las Vegas Raiders. And this team and also Cleveland are probably the best fourth place teams in NFL history. It's just absolutely insane. I have the Raiders finishing at 9-8. Their offensive weapons are absolutely elite. Of Devontae Adams, Hunter Renfrow, Darren Waller, Josh Jacobs, Derek Carr, their QB, an underrated guy in my opinion. The problem is the O line is probably a bottom five line in the entire league. Defense is a big question mark, basically with every single guy other than Max Crosby, who really broke out last season and helped the Raiders get into the playoffs for the first time since 2016, I want to say. So 9-8 is what I have them as. A tougher schedule, I think, than most other teams, plus in the toughest division in possibly NFL history, or at least what we've seen in a while. Coming third in the division, I have the Denver Broncos finishing with the record of 10-7. I have them making the playoffs as the 7th seed in the AFC. This team has been known as the one QB away team, one QB away from being a championship contender for the past 3 years, at least. And now, with the accusation of Russell Wilson this offseason, I feel like this team is set up for success. The only question mark I have with this team is the receiving core. Jerry Jeudy, I'm really high on coming out of Alabama. He hasn't really had a solid QB his whole entire career. This will change. I think Russell Wilson can make his way back into the top 5 QBs conversation this season. Getting injured last season kind of ruined that whole entire motive, but if he can stay healthy, which I think will happen, that can definitely happen. Seattle is known to have been having an awful O-line ever since Russell Wilson was drafted, and now being in Denver, having one of the best O-lines in the league, also one of the best defenses in the league. The only thing that's holding them back is the receiving core. I think Jerry Jeudy can, like I said before, I'm really high on him. I think he can blossom into a star of the season. And behind that, Cortland Sutton, who is very injury prone. So hoping that he can stay healthy this season just for his own sake and the Broncos' sake. Tim Patrick, Noah Fant went to Seattle in that deal. So Tim Patrick, Cortland Sutton, and Jerry Jeudy are the top 3 guys on that team. A little bit concerning, but I think that the Broncos can still make it work and make their way into the postseason. Second in the division is the Kansas City Chiefs, finishing with an 11-6 record, being the 5 seed in the AFC playoffs. This offseason really did not go in Kansas City's favor. They lost 2 of their 4 best players, losing Tyreek Hill being traded to the Dolphins and Tyrann Mathieu signing with the Saints. They did bring in some guys to fill in for those holes. Marquez Valdez-Scantling and Juju Smith-Schuster and Sky Moore, who they drafted, were some additions for the Chiefs on that receiving side of the ball, which I think will... It's not the same as having that guy like Tyreek Hill on that team, but I think bringing in the depth at the receiver position can definitely help out. Still having Travis Kelce is obviously a huge plus for them. And then Justin Reed for that safety position is definitely an underrated pickup in my opinion for this offseason. I think the Chiefs are still going to do what they do, being a winning team, making their way back into the postseason, but a different team on top of the AFC West this season. And coming in first in the AFC West, I have the Los Angeles Chargers. I'm really high on this team, and it hurts me because we could have had Herbert, they could have had Tua, but sticking by Tua for the season. I have them finishing as the 2 seed, like I said, record of 13-4. Really no holes in this team. Needed to upgrade the pass rush. Khalil Mack they brought in from Chicago. They made a trade for him. Needed to maybe upgrade the corners on some side. They brought in J.C. Jackson. And then obviously Zion Johnson was their first round pick this year, who's one of my favorite players in the draft coming out of Boston College, I want to say it was. Justin Herbert has really solidified himself being a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. I will stand by that. I'm a big fan of Herbert. I know that he could have been on our team, and I should be upset about it and not be a fan of him, but I really am a fan of him. I really wish he was on my team, but I think that he will solidify his role into a top 5 QB this season, leading the Chargers to an AFC West title and deep into the playoffs. So looking forward to watching this team this season. Definitely going to be one of the best in the league. But that will be the end of my AFC record predictions. The playoffs, as I have my records right now, we're looking at the Bills, Chargers, Bengals, and Colts being the division winners, and then the Chiefs, Dolphins, and Broncos being the wild card team. So looking forward to giving my NFC predictions coming in the next couple days. We'll probably be starting with the NFC North, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Have a great day. Peace.